But this actually goes back 2 years. If everyone remembers the Cambridge Analytica scandal that happened in 2018, it actually all links back to that. So essentially what happened to these Aussies was their data was exposed by an app called This Is Your Digital Life that they themselves might not have even had on Facebook. Their friends or family or anyone they had on their Facebook profile might have had this, and that exposed their data.
And so why did the Information Commissioner decide to take this action now?
Sure, it's because they have found, or at least they're alleging, that Facebook was in breach of several Australian privacy laws because of what had happened. So for the past 2 years, it has been investigating what happened and is now going to take them to federal court over it.
We've seen Mark Zuckerberg front Congress in Washington and action being taken in the UK in the wake of the Cambridge Analytica scandal. Has Facebook changed the way it does things since then?
Yeah, absolutely. And since I wrote my story on this afternoon, they've actually released a statement saying that as soon as it happened, they've complied with what people have said and changed the way that their profiles would work in terms of security. So the main problem that the Commissioner and all of these countries have had with it was really more of an opt-in security feature for all of us. So you wouldn't even know what you're allowing third parties to access, especially these app developers like This Is Your Digital Life. And so that's the reason they're going after them. So since then, they've changed it so it's more of a opt-out. Sorry, it was an opt-out to begin with, the other way around. Opt-out to begin with, but now it's more of an opt-in. So you have a lot more control over what you're actually signing up for and what you're allowing people to see and do with your data.
So has Facebook indicated that they'll vigorously defend this court action?
They've been a little bit mum on the subject, but what they did say was that in the UK, it was found that even though they did pay a fine of, I think it was $500,000, definitely a slap on the wrist, that it wasn't found that there were many Australians actually impacted by it. While there is over 300,000 that might have had their data exposed, they are saying that it might not have actually, impacted them in any particular way. So I think that's the way that they'll be going with this. Although, they did end up having to pay that $500,000 in the UK and $5 billion in the US.
Yeah, so given that, what are the penalties likely to be in Australia if the federal court finds against Facebook?
So the maximum penalty in Australia is $1.7 million per contravention that they're found guilty of. So considering that just in Q4 of 2019, Facebook had about $21 billion worth of revenue, you can kind of do the maths that even if they're found guilty of, several contraventions, it's not really a drop in the ocean to Facebook. It's really just, pay the fine, keep going. It's been 2 years. So a lot of people have either kind of forgotten about it anyway, or they'll just move on.
And so will this Australian court action affect Facebook internationally at all?
Not really, because that's the thing about a company like Facebook that operates internationally in so many countries with 2 billion users. Every country has different privacy laws. And so if a country wants to go after Facebook or any company for privacy, they have to do it locally. So considering it's been 2 years and the likes of the US and the UK have already finished their court cases, Australia's a little bit late off the mark. So, in terms of law, it won't affect anyone too much, but maybe they'll see Australia and take further action themselves.